My only question is why? Why? Outside of a massive payday, the first fight wasn't necessarily a competitive fight, and if they do it again, I think it's going to be less competitive. I don't think this is going to go very well for one Saul.
Canelo's going to definitely ego kick in and want to do a rematch.
No, I don't know. I don't believe that. I think the warrior spirit might want him to have a rematch, but I don't think the rematch is going to do him any justice,
It's no longer breaking news, but Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez are apparently in talks for a rematch in 2026, and my only question is why? Why? Outside of a massive payday, the first fight wasn't necessarily a competitive fight, and if they do it again, I think it's going to be less competitive. I don't think this is going to go very well for one Saul. Like I said, the Ring Magazine reporting as of about 4 days ago now, I'm a little late to the news, but Canelo Alvarez wants Terence Crawford rematch, says negotiations are underway for 2026. Now, first off, I expect nothing less from Canelo. He wants to get that fight back because, well, number one, it's a somewhat advantageous matchup at 168 for him, and there's not many other matchups at 168 for Canelo right now that offer him any sort of advantages. He says, I want my run back, I want my get back, but I gotta be honest, I don't know how this goes well for Canelo in a rematch.
Terence Crawford, fresh off his historic win in September, has now agreed to face Canelo Alvarez again, but only on his own terms. He has made one thing very clear: the days of being the challenger are over. Crawford no longer sees himself as the B-side, because in his mind, he is now the top man in the sport. If Canelo wants a chance at redemption, he will have to agree to a record-setting payday. This is not just a contract talk, it is a statement of power. Crawford is setting the terms, and he is ready to crush Canelo ego before the first bell ever sounds.
To Sergio's point, a lot of the people that I'm been talking to when it comes to this fight, they're not like, it's almost like the air was taken out of them. They're not excited about even the idea of a rematch, or the subject doesn't even come up. Usually the conversations are, hey man, is there a rematch clause? Do you think they'll run it back? What do you think will win? Like, people just, even casuals, realize that Crawford, he's schooled Canelo, man. He really did. I don't think people want to see this fight. I agree with Sergio Mora.
Be at a smaller arena because people already saw Canelo get dominated by the better fighter, and the better fighter will do it again even easier and with more confidence.
Yeah. Se están hablando de una revancha. Yo creo que es más fácil le va a ganar a Canelo.
¿Oh, sí? ¿Por qué?
Yo lo creo. Pues digo, es el estilo de Crawford, ¿no? Yo creo que Canelo ya no le gana a Crawford.
Sí. ¿Hay algo que puede ser Canelo para ganar o para hacer la pelea más cerrada?
Bueno, pues lo que todos sabemos, ¿no? Yo creo que entrar al intercambio de golpes y pues tirar más golpes, ¿no? Pero digo, ahora sí que es boxeo y realmente pues se preparan ya. Si Crawford le ganó una vez y supo cómo ganarle, yo creo que puede ganarle nuevamente, ¿no? Pero digo, no hay nada escrito arriba del ring. Digo, puede ser que una buena estrategia Canelo y pase diferente, ¿no? Pero realmente yo creo que, pues digo, trae ganas y trae hambre de Crawford, y digo, pues Canelo ya hizo lo suyo, digo, ya no es lo mismo, pero digo, con que aprender una buena pelea es más que eso.
Terence Bud Crawford is not turning down the rematch at all. He is simply asking to be paid like the undisputed king he believes he is. Today we are breaking down exactly why Crawford is demanding a record-breaking purse, why Canelo-owned promoters are afraid to sign the deal, and the shocking insider idea that this entire rematch discussion may only be a public move to protect reputations rather than a fight that is truly meant to happen.
But you hold on. You keep saying this.
Hold up. Canelo, see, this is a thing about Canelo. He sometimes relies on the environment, the hostile crowd, to also help him win this fight. Not only with the judges, but with the opponent. Crawford even handled that. You can't prepare for that magnitude, the roar of the crowd, the lights, everyone booing you. You can't prepare for that. Crawford was ready for that. Even his ring entrance, when he came in with that guitar case, it was, that's one of my all-time favorite entrances.
Desperado. Yeah, it's an homage to Desperado. Yeah.
Actually, it was Mariachi. That was part one. Desperado was part two. That right there, it was me against the world. That was his mentality. Me against all these Mexicans. Me against Canelo in Las Vegas. Me against Canelo and the judges that he probably has in his pocket. Me against everyone, and Bud shut everyone up. And you think...
Yeah, but hold on.
Canelo's going to be able to do it the second time around?
I don't know. I don't think it's an open and shut case as you do. Let me ask.
Let us go straight to the money, because this is where the balance of power has completely flipped. In their first fight back in September 2025, Canelo Alvarez reportedly earned a guaranteed payout of over $100 million. Crawford, even though he was the pound-for-pound number one, accepted the smaller share and took close to half of that just for the chance to show how great he truly is. And he proved it beyond any doubt.
Some may argue he's the greatest Mexican fighter. He's the most successful, accomplished Mexican fighter in boxing history. And Canelo has 63 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. Terence Crawford essentially jumped up 2 weight classes, 3 weight classes, technically 2, and beat Canelo Alvarez. And Canelo, after the fight, said he had no answers. But Canelo was the undisputed champion, so he had a rematch clause. And as I told you guys in the video I did, Terence Crawford is contractually obligated to the rematch. So Bernie the boxer, he reveals that Terence Crawford is demanding that he gets the lion's share. Now, it was reported the gate did over $45 million, close to $46 million. Gate. It also sold 65,000 people in the arena at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. And so with that said, Terence Crawford was dominant that night. Canelo got 150 million reportedly, and Terence Crawford got 50 to 70 million, right? And so now Terence Crawford wants the roles to be reversed, as he should. Now, keep in mind, Canelo signed a multi-fight deal with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, okay? That's guaranteeing him a specific amount of purse. So Terence Crawford is saying, listen, I came out on top, as he did. I'm the victor, as he was, right? It was very successful, not only just because of Canelo Alvarez, but because of me as well, as he's right. And so I demand and I deserve to get paid heavily, and as he should.
The fight produced a massive $45 million live gate at Allegiant Stadium, showing that fans around the world were tuning in just as much for Bud as they were for the Mexican superstar Canelo.
So you cannot sit there and tell me that there is a more marketable fight out there for both these guys than running it back once again. Your plan to have him drop down to 160 and fight Erislandy Lara is stupid. Canelo Alvarez is not going to move up to fight David Benavidez now at 175. There's nowhere to go. Like, Crawford could still try to conquer 160, but who is putting up real money for that? Canelo has already cleaned out the 168-pound division. Besides Terence Crawford, where else is he going to go? I just think the more time passes, the more we get away from the outcome of this fight, that's when people are going to start to realize that doing it one more time is in the best interest of both these guys. And for boxing, by the way, because that's another big event that you could put on the calendar.
You're pretty stupid for a smart guy, especially when it comes to math.
Now Crawford is using that win with simple and ruthless logic. His team is making one clear point. The fighter who loses does not deserve the winner's share any longer.
His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh understands that Terence Crawford's value is extremely high. And he'll be 39 this September, right? So, again, he deserves to get compensated. Now, the question is going to be, is this rematch going to sell enough? Well, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh truly don't really care about, the purses, right? He just wants great fights. But is it going to garner the money to pay out those purses? Right? That's where the question lies. But Terence Crawford deserves it. and he's demanding that he gets $100 million, as he should. As he should. He has more to lose than Canelo Alvarez, and he can get a legacy fight at middleweight to now, I don't want to say pad his stats, but to pad his stats. If he competes at middleweight, right, and becomes undisputed at middleweight, that'll make him a 4-division undisputed champion and a 6-division champion overall, right? He has more to gain than Canelo Alvarez, right? And he has more to lose.
Crawford now stands as the undisputed super middleweight champion, and with that comes total control. He holds every belt, he owns the win, and he now owns all the power in the negotiation. His demand is simple and firm. If Canelo wants the rematch, then the roles must fully reverse. This time Canelo takes the smaller share, while Crawford claims the $100 million payday. It is a direct challenge that strikes at the heart of Canelo pride and forces him to face the new reality of who truly holds a throne.
And you're going to get beat by, I was going to say young, sharp guys. Terence is 38, and I mean, it's unbelievable. 38.
Crazy.
You know, I heard Shakur saying last night that he says he thinks he should and will retire from the sport. But I don't know who else is out there for Crawford. I mean, he's only going to want to fight for 20, 30, 40 million. But who is there to fight for that kind of money? I'm not sure, you know.
The rematch, you think the rematch would be of interest?
I don't think Canelo will want a rematch. Yeah. I think there's a rematch clause. I don't know,
there's not. Yeah.
So, you know, it's very unusual for Canelo to go into a fight without a rematch clause.
Yeah.
But for me, I just can't see Canelo going, yes, I want to run that back. You know?
But there is a deeper reason why Canelo team is hesitating, and it is not just about money. Before the first fight, the story was that Canelo was too big and too strong for a fighter moving up from welterweight, and that belief was destroyed round after round. Eddie Hearn, who is one of the most powerful figures in boxing, has been unusually honest about the chances of a second fight. He has openly hinted that a rematch would be a bad move and has described Crawford as a style nightmare for the Mexican star.
Hey, yo, peace of the family. I just got through looking at a video that Bernie the Boxer shot. Shout out to my man Bernie over there in Omaha, man. Bernie the Boxer. Shout out to him, man. Bernie pretty much, as you guys know, Saul Canelo Alvarez is being reported that Saul Canelo Alvarez wants to fight the rematch with Terence Crawford. Terence Bud Crawford, currently the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. So now, according to Bernie, now this is what Bernie said that Bud told him, according to Crawford. Bernie said that in order for, if Canelo want that rematch, he got to get paid $100 million. Meaning, Bud got to get paid $100 million. Now, and guess what? I told him the same. It's amazing that Bernie said that, because I told Bud that prior to Bernie coming out saying it publicly. I'm like, look, according to what y'all said, what we heard, Canelo got paid $100 million or something of that sort to fight Crawford. Crawford reported that he only made $10 million. But I'm telling you, he made more than that. You know, he made way more than that. You know what I mean? It's been reported also that Crawford made $50 million to fight Canelo Alvarez. And I'm saying, okay, look, and he was the B-side. Now that Crawford is the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, if Canelo want to run it back, guess what? Crawford got to get the $100 million.
The truth is the first fight was not decided by a lucky shot or a close call on the scorecards. It was a complete breakdown from start to finish. Crawford exposed how Canelo struggled against sharp movement and clean switch hitting. Canelo did not just get beaten, he appeared confused and outmatched. Now his promoters find themselves stuck in a nightmare situation with no easy way out.
Now, again, it's up to Turkey. Whatever Bud can negotiate, that's fine. But guess what? And I know Canelo's the bigger draw. That ain't the point. The point is you lost. He lost to the small guy, the guy that moved up from welterweight, beat you. You know, he showed that he was levels above you, Canelo. So now guess what? He needs to get levels above you paid. That's just the reality of the situation. He made 50 his last fight. You know what I mean? I know he said he made 10, but It is what it is. They say he made, from what I've learned, he made 50. And Canelo made 100. And then now, guess what? They need to flip it. If Canelo want to make 100, fine. No problem with that. But guess what? You got to pay Crawford 100. The $100 million man. Let him see what it feel like to get paid $100 million. It's as simple as that. If Canelo want that fight again with Crawford, if Turk Al-Sheikh tell him, look, Canelo, we only have 150 million for this fight. Crawford wants 100. If you want to fight him, take 50. See what Canelo says. And if Canelo believe he can beat him, take that and beat him. You get what I'm saying? But it is what it is, fam. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation. I hope Bud get his money. You dig? Catch you guys on the next one. Leave your comments below. You know my motto. Don't beat me there, beat me there. Peace.
They do have a rematch clause they can use, but they also know that nothing stylistically will change in just 6 months. If they agree to pay Crawford $100 million, they are basically paying to watch their star get dominated again, which could permanently damage his place at the top of the sport. They are stuck in an impossible position because walking away makes them look afraid, while going forward means risking a massive loss for an even bigger price.